everyone, welcome to my show. I'm the Empath, and we're back with New Year's resolutions. And I remember it like it was just yesterday, because it was, and I'm late, and I am sorry. So, yeah, Sunday. So it was pretty good. Not scratching myself. Yeah, I was pretty good about that. Made sure that I lotioned up well enough. Finances, no change. Wish list, no change. Not being a pushover and doing what I want, not just will appease people. No change in regards to not being a pushover, and well, actually, in regards to both of those, I was asked to do second service because the storyteller who usually does second service. Um, okay, so we've been our theme for this month has been cooperation, and as our play type theme, like that was our message. Cooperation was the underlying message behind everything, but the theme that our room had was racing sort of stuff. Instead of Top Gear, we were like High Gear, and like I did voiceover stuff. So it's like this week on High Gear, Chad discovers his power seating. Chad tries to drive backwards, and Chad tries to parallel park. This is High Gear, and so yeah, and that was fun. But yesterday we had a actual a NASCAR race car uh, be pulled into the lot, and the kids got to all take a group picture in front of it, and then they all got to take turns and hop into the driver's seat and get a picture taken in the driver's seat, and it was really cool. It was a great time. And the person who's usually the storyteller for second service, Chris, he wanted to stay out, and because he was the one taking pictures, so he just wanted to stay out and be the one to take pictures the whole time. So he asked me if I do second service, and I agreed. I was planning on doing second service and then getting home, taking care of things, and then going and hanging out with Min. But doing storytelling again, I mean, I don't really mind that. It was fun. And plus, it made more sense so that he could stay out, he could focus on taking the pictures, and just I'd be the storyteller. So, like, I wasn't really being a pushover, and I did what I want. If I really wanted to just do, to just spend that time with Min, I would have, I would have done that. But I think this goes in line with being responsible as well as be like, well, it'd be so much simpler and be a lot better, meet the needs a lot better for him to do that. So I think it was a mix of making sure that like I wasn't really being pushed over. He made a simple request, and I did made the responsible choice, and I think that it was the right choice. So that's the other thing. Sometimes you need to be a pushover, and not focus so much on what you want and more on what will make things work better. So not necessarily just what will appease people, but what's right. So I think in that regards, setting aside some maybe like some time to hang out with friends and such, instead, taking some of that time to make things easier, make everything else run smooth, so that because I'm helping to bring this. By doing that, I help to bring this message to these kids, and made things easier so that I could convey the message and Chris could take the pictures so that everyone could have a great time and things would run smoothly. So I think that was fine. But I don't know. I guess I'm rambling, but I felt like I should share about that, because I wanted to. Being happy, I was pretty good yesterday in the being happy regard. I Church was great. It was tons of fun, and I liked the message that we had. Um, but my memory's crap, so I don't remember too much. Oh, it was about fear, and fear makes us do stupid things. And I can relate to that, as I'm sure we all can. Um, and I don't know, I liked the service. I liked the songs. The songs were great. Um, and then I got to hang out with Min for a couple hours, and we played Minecraft, and it was great. Tons of fun. I always love hanging out with Min. The reason why he's my best friend, and why uh, ex girlfriend was my best friend. Essentially, I consider you my best friend if I can hang out with you and you make me forget about all of my other problems. I mean, some they might pop up, they might be in the background, but if you can pretty much if you can pretty much make me forget about all of my other problems, all of my other worries, you're my best friend. I mean, it's like you don't we don't have to I don't have to talk to you about everything that's going wrong with me. We don't have to have tons of hugs, or we don't have to be like incredibly super duper close, like we share each other's clothes and you know go to the bathroom in the same room or whatever. No, I don't need that. What I need from a best friend is somebody who makes me feel okay to be me. And either it's someone that I can feel I can confide in you my deepest darkest fears and have a decent conversation with you and feel like you actually care. You actually want to listen. And you make and like if I walk away from an encounter with you and feel some kind of peace, whether it's joy or whether it's relaxed, I'm good. So whether it's I can talk to you and be bros with you, tell you what all I've got going on, and we can talk about things, and then like it branch off into just have a conversation, and that's how you make me forget about my problems that are going on, or if we just hang out and play games, or then that's how we forget about what's going on. Doesn't matter. If you can make me forget about all my other problems, you you've made me happy. It's as simple as that. If I can forget about all my other problems, I can be happy. And that's really any for anybody. If you cannot focus on your problems, if you cannot worry about your problems, then you are happy. Like that's a simplified a version. It might not be the best wording, but that's a simplified version. And so that's why Mid's my best friend, and I love hanging out with him. Um, Other than that, yesterday was pretty chill. Oh, also, so you might have noticed for the past few videos that things look weird, shifted, and such. Like the background is different and everything. And I will tell you why. I decided to do a significant overhaul of my room yesterday. Uh, so, in short version, I'm gonna do it like this because I don't want to show my. Don't pay attention to that screen because I don't want. Anyway, so there's my door. That's the wall where all this stuff that's currently behind me was on. So essentially, yeah. So the TV and like the other setup, like the Xbox and everything, that setup is still there, except like the Xbox and sound system setup are slightly different and everything. Um, However, my bed, instead of being on this wall behind me, going from that end over there, instead it is shifted 90 degrees and it's just up against that wall, which allowed for this to be behind me because I want my display to still be behind me. It's a display and I like it being part of my video because it's a display. And then I can just have it be there and have my fun display stuff chilling there. Or heck, I could even, shift over here and display, or I could shift over here and just display my stuff. And I like having that option. And so obviously my desk and my computer setup is right here, and it is uh, parallel towards, like, it's perpendicular to the end of my bed. And I've given myself a little cubicle. So I can come in my room at the door. I can semi squeeze. Like I say semi squeeze because it's not like a perfect like walk in, but I don't have to like super suck it in, sort of squeeze in. But anyway, so just kind of squeeze around my desk, and then come in. And I can either sit down here, and also I can just like turn and play games, or of course, go into my bed. Um, and the setup is enough that I can still have like I could have a friend over, or I could have my brother in here, and just have the chair scoot over, and then he and I can still play. And that was something that I took thought into. And then there's like some of the stuff that I've got over there. Um, the little side table, desk, end table type thing that was against what's that wall is still there. The lamp that's like I've hung a bunch of shirts and such on, like my work shirt and such, is still over there. Um, Pretty much my room went from being have as much of the movable space available at once to having a functional recording space. And what encouraged me to do all of that moving sort of thing was I'll show you. I'll show you by dropping was that. My brother recently changed the light from the little off-white sort of lighting that you'd get, and they were what kind of light bulbs? I think they were the energy saver spirally light bulbs to newer ones that have more of an ultra white. And I thought, the reason why I don't use that light as my main lighting is because it shines at the back of me. And so I wanted to be able to have the option to use that as my lighting in case I like that lighting. Only problem that I've discovered is that it creates a sort of shadow on my eyes. So what I'd probably have to do if I wanted to use that as my lighting is I'd probably have to like either scoot back, maybe that would do it, and also move my laptop as well, or maybe I'd have to prop up my laptop to like here so that I look up and then there's not that lighting issue. But for now, I'm relatively content with sticking with the lamp sort of thing that I've been using as my main lighting. But I at least have given myself more option to play with. Um, anyway, so that was kind of how yesterday went, and I liked how yesterday went. I also played a bunch of Thief. I love that game. I'm rather addicted to it currently, which is good. It means it's a great game. I think that it would also have replay value. I'd be willing to replay it, and I've definitely decided to keep it. Deadpool, I'm gonna return, and I'm gonna see about getting some other games to try out, depending upon what I think. There's a thing called Overwatch that I saw from GameStop that I'm gonna look into. But anyway, so actually, I should put that on my wish list. I will do that. So wish list, there is a change. Overwatch. I should have put that on a while ago. Anyway, so Bible. I did read my Bible, and not just the story stuff. I read of my own accord. YouTube. Of actually, I did make progress with YouTube. I finished recording stuff for Halo. So and there were only three more episodes that I ended up recording. So I will get those edited and posted as soon as I can. Of course, I used OBS, and I have to go through the process of freaking Handbrake, but I will actually, maybe I don't. Anyway. The point is, I'm gonna try to get that uploaded as soon as possible. I'm gonna shift the angle because I prefer that screen not to be in place. I like just that. I don't know. Yeah, no, that I don't know. It makes me feel closed off. That feels much more open to me. Sorry. Um, Taekwondo. I did not practice any of the form yesterday, so I will need to. I need to do that. I need to make sure everything's up to snuff, which I think it is. So at least there's that. Um, but yeah. So, where am I at? Language, no change. Reading, no change. Tidying. With moving stuff around in my room, I have to tidy, of course. Uh, I made sure everything was organized and tidy, so it's great because my room is still as organized and tidy as it was before, if not even a little bit more. Only thing was, there was definitely, because my bed was there and such, there was a bunch of stuff needed to be vacuumed. Our vacuum has been having issues for several months, if not longer, probably a year or so, where you have to have the plug, like you have the main part of the plug, and then you have the cord, and you have to have the cord at like a certain angle in order to get it to work right, in order to get it to actually activate. and I had it plugged in, and I was vacuuming. I was doing stuff. I lost the angle. I was trying to find it. Spurred a little bit. Like the vacuum was like spurring on and then off a bit, and then it starts to spark right where the cord meets the plug. And when I say spark, I mean in such a way that it was like a torch. Like it had like a little flamethrower coming out of it. I flipped out. I yanked at the cord because my first thought is this thing needs to not be connected to electricity. And the cord the cord broke away. And the sparking stopped. And then I'm like, okay, let's unplug the plug. I did so as carefully as I could. I should have probably put on like a glove or something. It came off and like whapped me and made like a little thing on my pinky, which it's not that bad. It's a tiny, very tiny nick. It did shock me a little bit. No pun intended. Like I don't know if there was any current left through, if it was still warm or something, but I don't know. Definitely being hit, being harmed by it was very surprising and very concerning because part of me in the back of my mind was thinking at any part in this I could die. So there's that. Um, but I tidied, and I didn't hoard anything in particular. I made sure to not keep something in my room if I didn't feel there was a reason for it to be kept. Um, and some of that meant that I just put it into another room because some of the stuff wasn't mine. Anyway, um, so that's tidying. Not hoard. So yeah, don't hoard. Working out, I didn't do that, but I'm getting caught up. Brushing my teeth, I didn't do that. And I will do that tonight because I want to maintain my body. Showering, I didn't do that. I'm not feeling too grungy, so I'm probably good for another day or two. But we'll see. Also, I'm running out of shampoo. I need to get some more. Um, Being responsible, I was responsible. Yes. Yeah, because I did the dishes and took care of my stuff. Um, as soon as I was done hanging out with Min, I got home, took care of dishes, and I took care of the dishes that evening, I think. Or I might have forgotten. I might have forgotten to do them last night. But that's okay. Anyway, so memory, I'm gonna say no change. No change to memory stuff. Um, Rambling. This video has been a bit long, but I wanted to talk about my day, and yesterday was a significant enough day to talk about. Though I do apologize if this has seemed rambly. I'm sorry that. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Uh, I'm just gonna keep going. Key promises, no change. Crafts, no change. Facebook, I was better about it, I think. Going to bed sooner, no change. No. I don't know. I might have gone to bed at a reasonable hour last night. I think I did. And lotioning my hands, I did that. So yeah. Thank you for watching. Like and favorite if you enjoyed. Be a VIP, become a VIP and subscribe. I again, like I said last video, I'm so bad about being able to say that. But if you want to be one of my VIPs, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. And I will